Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Let's get back to work on the Ford Flivver. Let's begin this video on what a pain in the butt the fuselage is. And it's all got to do with the front end. With all the other little issues I've been having with the plane, you're trying to work with the plans. That's the rudely drawn plans. I mean, it's kind of pointing you in the right direction. You just got to try to follow it. And how you follow it, it's completely up to you. So the current issue is I'm still trying to figure out how to get the turtle deck attached, and I think I've got it figured out. But what I decided to do is step away from that part for a little bit and let's work on the front. And I'll take you off the stand. I'll show you on getting, and the problem is getting the cowling, which is the whole top of the forward part of the fuselage. Because it's just that big plastic kind of, it's almost like a dish. And I kind of made a couple little adjustments to it, and I did epoxy in the motor mount. So the motor mount is set in a position. Now, what I will, when I take you off the stand, I'll show you where it's at, then I'll have to take some things apart just to get it down to so you see what I've really got to do. It's all going to come down to a piece of plywood, 1/4 inch plywood, something this thick, and this is what's holding the whole thing up. And I'll try to get everything set up the best we can with the plans and the fuselage. So let me go ahead. I will get everything set up, and yeah, let's try to figure this one out. All right, now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to give you a side view. So I've got everything set up. I've got it so that the fuselage itself is square, and hopefully you'll be able to see, hopefully, that right, sorry about the shadow, but we are pretty much square with the line up in the front. And, come on, there we go, square with the line in the back. So this is all properly lined up. And then what I was doing, I was coming on in and seeing how well, just pretty much the, let's just call it the cockpit, the top of the fuselage is lined up. We're probably about 1/8 inch off there, but as we sweep on down, once we get to right about here, we're matching up. And hopefully we'll be able to see pretty well that I follow that line all the way over and then all the way down to the front. So this part here is set properly. So I'm okay with that. Now, down here, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, if I measured, let's just try to do this the right way. If I measured from where we are at on the center here, but pay attention down here on the plans. So on the plans, we are about, let's just say 30 millimeters. What we've got on a gap right here to the center, right there, is about 36 to 37. So what we've got to do is we've got to go ahead and get rid of approximately 6 millimeters of this by moving it higher up, by raising the engine up. And that's going to be through 1/4 inch. And then if you go ahead and you figure out what 1/4 inch is, yep, 1/4 inch is approximately 6.5 millimeters. So this will do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside. I'll take all of this apart. We're going to go ahead and raise the engine up pretty much just 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters up, and that'll bring us in line to exactly where this has to be set up, and hopefully where this piece will fit in properly. You can see how much the piece is off. So if we can go ahead and get this to line up just by moving the engine, then this problem right here will be solved. And just because you might want to see exactly what I've got done, I've already got this all cut out, set up. So even though this is going to come up 1/4 inch, all this will come up too. We may have to just oval out this little piece right here where the pressure tube is going to come off the muffler inside to the tank. But all of this should not be an issue whatsoever, because I may just have to grind back a little bit of this and a little bit here, but this will be fine. And of course this will be fine too. So I think we're going to make it work, because, you know, here's the problem. You only got one chance, because you can't replace this. So by moving the engine up, hopefully everything should still fall into place. Da-da-da! Okay, hopefully you can see inside. We do have the 1/4 inch spacers, and it raised everything up very nice. I can leave this side here completely alone the way it is. I just need to go ahead and just grind out about 1/8 of an inch back to here. So that way we'll take care of this problem. Now, just in case you want to get a good idea, let's go ahead, because this is going to be the spinner. Slide it on in. This is just needs to be compressed in a little bit. But I think I can make this work. It's a heck of a lot better than it was. Now, this piece here that was designed to go in there, it will work. And hopefully it'll work nicely enough, because it's going to go up and right about like that. And everything kind of sort of lines up the way I want it to. So if I need to make this hole a little bit bigger, I will do that. So, because I think I want to push this up a little bit higher. But this makes me happy now. We've gotten past this issue. So that was probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours of just trying to analyze this, looking at pictures. And then when it just kind of clicked in, that hey, it's try to make it so that it's going to match the plans on that side, on the drawings, just because you're just kind of winging it the whole way through regardless. And that one actually did work out better by going ahead, and even though it showed the motor mounts at the same height, they are inside that plane right now. That was when I realized that once again something was off. And you don't know what motor. They said the engine that I've got, the engine is FA50, which is the 4-stroke, the Sato 4-stroke, and that's what the plane was designed around. So, you know, regardless, I got the problem figured out, and now it's solved, which makes me a lot happier, because it's a little after 8 o'clock right now, and you know, I'm getting ready to shut everything down and get out of the shop and go inside. But I just wanted to get this issue taken care of just before I go to sleep. All right, so the next battle is going to be the turtle deck, because that's, when you look at what this problem is, the aggravation it caused me, that turtle deck's causing a lot more aggravation than the front end. Because what I did was I addressed how I wanted it set up, and I started to make an adjustment with sanding things down to a proper point. And the first one, luckily it was, I'm hoping only the first one that I made a mistake on, and I should not have made that mistake. But that's the way this plane's going. So in order for me to go ahead and fix that, that's going to be easy, because even though the former up on the top, I sanded it down by probably about a 1/16 of an inch. If I wanted to come in with a piece that looks like 1/8 inch balsa and just glue a strip on the top of that and just sand it down, it's going to be fine, because the only thing that thing is designed to do is just hold the turtle deck up at that certain height, just so we can run the little teeny stringers down alongside of it. Then I'm just going to have to come in and try to figure out what I want to do with this part right here, because what I was trying to do, here's the turtle deck, which needs to be shortened, because they actually show the turtle deck coming to right about here, and I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this off and just put a new cap on the end of it, so that's no big deal, because this side here I sanded it down to get the right angle on it, and I'm not touching that end. So it's going to be right about there, and then it's going to sit proud up on the top, but we're not touching, sorry about that, but we're not touching the ones in here. So this is going to have to come in, and they want this side by side with that. Every picture of a plane that I see does not have it sitting on top of it. It has it coming up flush to the top of this part right here. So hopefully you can see it. So it comes up flush here, and then the turtle deck just sits on the top of everything right next to it. Whereas the plans showed this little stringer sitting up side by side with the turtle deck all the way up to the front. But every plane that you see built does not have that. Yeah, so this is the next battle, and I'm kind of hoping the last, because once you get a plane to this state where you've got the wing already put into position, everything measured out, and the wing is square to the fuselage going to the back, so that's all we've got to do is just get the little accoutrement on the top of it, because the tail's ready to glue into place. So in my dreams tonight, I'm going to sleep and think of the proper way to fix this problem. It's been about a week since last time I was here in the shop, because it's just been busy. Any free time, I've been mulling over how I want to work with the turtle deck and the stringers going down to the tail of the aircraft. And it's internal battles up here on how I want to address the problem. And I think I've kind of got it figured out. So let me go ahead and give you a quick little look-see on how I think I'm going to do it. According to the plans, the turtle deck was sitting up on the top such as that. And then the little stringers, I think I've got one around here somewhere. Here we go. And then the stringers just kind of go and sit right alongside of it. Now the problem you have with this is you can't have it right alongside of it, because as you can see, we're going to have a problem covering this thing, because the turtle deck sits proud, sits on top of everything, whereas according to the plans, it's going to be nested in with it. So how am I going to cover this and have this look nice? It's just not going to work out nice at all. So what I did is I decided to cut a riser in, and it's just going to sit up on the top, so when everything's done, these are the same thickness as the riser. So once it's all covered, everything should be sitting very nicely. Okay, seeing you guys kind of saw the battle I've been working with, that's going to be a whole other video all on its own. So let's just go ahead, let's end this video right where it is, with the engine properly mounted and taken care of. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys next time in the shop when we're putting out a turtle deck.